A stealth winter storm is about to shock America with surprise snow totals.
The storm then races eastward at 35 miles per hour through the darkness.
The difference between catastrophe and inconvenience. School districts face impossible decisions Thursday morning. Close schools district-wide for localized heavy snow, or risk student safety on treacherous roads. The narrowband nature creates unprecedented challenges. Emergency managers have never dealt with such specificity. Traditional warning systems simply can't handle it. Broadcast meteorologists struggle to communicate the risk. Heavy snow possible sounds less urgent than reality. But 6 inches in 4 hours is a regional disaster. By 4 a.m., Oklahoma City is in the bullseye of heavy snow,
Especially when it happens during morning rush hour.
Traffic systems will collapse within 30 minutes of onset. Interstate 35 becomes a parking lot from Norman to Edmond. Interstate 40 faces similar gridlock west of the city. Tow truck operators report they're already overwhelmed.
And the storm hasn't even started yet.
But this creates opportunities for prepared individuals. Smart commuters will leave early or work from home. Grocery stores see panic buying as word spreads. Bread, milk, and bottled water disappear from shelves. But this storm has a secret weapon nobody's talking about. Hardware stores run out of ice melt and snow shovels. Items that were gathering dust yesterday become gold. Economic disruption ripples through the entire region. Business closures cost the Oklahoma economy $200 million. Flight delays at Will Rogers Airport exceed 8 hours. American Airlines cancels 60% of Thursday departures. Southwest Airlines grounds all regional aircraft. Passengers face accommodation nightmares during holiday season. But the aviation industry learned hard lessons from past storms. Proactive cancellations prevent tarmac delays. It's tapping Gulf of Mexico moisture to supercharge snow production. Customer service nightmares become manageable inconveniences. Meanwhile, the agricultural sector faces different challenges. Cattle ranchers struggle to provide water to livestock. Frozen pipes shut down automatic watering systems. Winter wheat crops benefit from insulating snow cover. But harvest operations halt completely during the storm. Farmers face equipment damage from unexpected ice loading. Insurance adjusters prepare for surge of rural claims. But here's what really has meteorologists worried. This storm represents a new breed of weather event. Warm, humid air from Louisiana is feeding this snow machine. Rapid-fire development with extreme localization. Traditional forecasting tools become nearly useless. Human expertise trumps computer modeling for the first time. Veteran meteorologists rely on pattern recognition. Younger forecasters, trained on computers, struggle. This creates dangerous gaps in warning capabilities. National Weather Service faces personnel challenges. Budget cuts reduce staffing by 15% over 5 years. Exactly when they need more human expertise, not less. Private weather companies fill the gap for corporate clients, creating what meteorologists call banding features. But average citizens rely on outdated government forecasts, creating a two-tiered system of weather information. Wealthy corporations get premium storm warnings. Regular families get generic forecasts that miss details. Tonight's storm exposes this troubling inequality. But individual preparedness still makes a huge difference. Smart families stock emergency supplies before storms hit. Flashlights, batteries, and non-perishable food. Vehicle emergency kits become lifesavers Thursday morning. Blankets, water, and energy bars prevent tragedy. These bands are only 30 miles wide but drop 2 inches per hour. Cell phone chargers keep communication lines open. But power outages threaten 500,000 customers. Ice accumulation on power lines exceeds design limits. Oklahoma Gas and Electric pre-positions repair crews. But restoration could take 72 hours in rural areas. Hospitals activate emergency generators for extended operation. Nursing homes face critical decisions about patient safety. Evacuate elderly residents or shelter in place. Both options carry significant risks during winter storms. Emergency medical services prepare for surge demand. If you're in the band, you get crushed. Miss it by 50 miles? Heart attacks spike 30% during stress of major storms. Accident-related injuries overwhelm emergency rooms. Hypothermia cases appear as power outages extend. Carbon monoxide poisoning from improper generator use. Every winter storm becomes a public health emergency. But tonight's event has an additional complication. It's happening during peak COVID and flu season. Hospital capacity is already strained to breaking point. Storm-related emergencies could push system over edge. Medical professionals work double shifts all winter. You might see nothing. This is weather's version of Russian roulette. Burnout rates among healthcare workers reach crisis levels. Tonight's storm tests everyone's limits simultaneously. Mental health impacts often exceed physical damage. Seasonal depression worsens with unexpected weather stress. Anxiety disorders spike among vulnerable populations. Children struggle with disrupted routines and school closures. Parents face impossible work-life balance decisions. Social services see increased domestic violence reports. Winter storms trigger cascading psychological impacts. But human resilience repeatedly amazes emergency responders. 3 million Americans have no idea they're about to get hammered. Communities rally together during crisis situations. Neighbors check on elderly residents without prompting. Volunteer organizations mobilize warming centers. Local restaurants provide free meals to stranded travelers. These human connections become silver linings. Social media spreads information faster than official channels. Real-time road conditions from citizen reporters. Power outage updates, crowdsourced by smartphone users. Emergency shelter locations shared through Facebook groups. Technology empowers grassroots disaster response. Are you prepared for snow where none was forecast just 24 hours ago? Local news stations are completely missing this story. But misinformation also spreads rapidly during crisis. False reports of school closures create confusion. Exaggerated storm impacts fuel unnecessary panic. Conspiracy theories about weather modification circulate. Official sources struggle to counter viral falsehoods. Truth becomes casualty in information warfare. Meanwhile, the actual storm continues its rampage. Peak intensity occurs during Thursday morning commute. Visibility drops to 0 in heavy snow bands. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour create blizzard conditions. Their computer models are 6 hours behind the latest data. Temperature drops 20 degrees in 1 hour. Road surfaces freeze instantly upon first snowflake contact. Chemical treatments become ineffective in extreme cold. Salt trucks cannot keep pace with accumulation rates. State transportation departments declare defeat. Do not travel unless absolutely emergency warnings issued. But thousands ignore warnings and hit the roads anyway. Human psychology struggles with sudden weather changes. Yesterday's clear skies create false sense of security. Morning sunshine transforms to whiteout within minutes. While they're forecasting light flurries, reality shows heavy snow. Drivers experience cognitive dissonance and poor judgment. Emergency rooms prepare for inevitable accident surge. But by noon, the worst is over for most areas. Storm exits eastward, leaving devastation behind. Cleanup operations begin immediately after final flakes. National Guard units assist local emergency management. Federal disaster declarations unlock relief funding. Insurance adjusters flood affected regions. Economic recovery takes months, not days. But this storm is merely prologue to bigger story. The disconnect is staggering and people will pay the price. Pattern analysis reveals more surprises ahead. Monday brings another southern track system. December 15th features major ice storm potential. Christmas week could see historic southern snowfall. The pattern has shifted permanently toward chaos. Traditional winter weather geography no longer applies. Northern cities prepare for drought while south faces blizzards. Climate change delivers exactly opposite of predictions. Scientific models prove inadequate for new reality. Adaptive strategies become essential for survival. Morning commuters face the shock of their lives Thursday. Communities must prepare for historically impossible events. Infrastructure designed for mild winters faces obsolescence. Massive investment required for climate adaptation. But political will remains absent at critical moment. Tonight's storm serves as a wake-up call. Nature no longer follows predictable patterns. Surprise has become the new normal. Stay safe, stay prepared, and expect the unexpected. Don't miss my next video revealing the classified data. I'll expose government weather modification documents. Interstates will become ice rinks without warning, proving tonight's storm was artificially enhanced. The technology exists to steer winter storms, and certain agencies are using it against American cities. Subscribe immediately to see evidence they don't want public. Patent documents reveal storm steering capabilities. Military applications of weather warfare technology. Tonight's surprise totals were no accident. The weather war against America has begun. And you need to know who's pulling the trigger. Tomorrow's investigation will blow your mind. Emergency services are completely unprepared for this scenario. The truth about controlled weather is darker than fiction. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications now, before they try to silence this channel. Your survival depends on staying informed. The surprise storm was just the beginning. Much worse is coming. Oklahoma only has 47 snow plows for the entire state. That's one plow for every 84,000 residents. Compare that to Minnesota's one plow per 1,200 people. This isn't your typical winter storm. This is a narrow band snow ambush. The South is about to learn why preparation matters. But there's something even more sinister about this storm pattern. It's part of a larger atmospheric shift that's rewriting winter. The Madden-Julian Oscillation just entered Phase 8. This is the coldest, most winter-favorable phase possible. And we're staying in Phase 8 for a record-breaking time period. What does that mean? More surprises are coming. This isn't a one-time event. It's the opening act. Weather models show 3 more surprise storms by Christmas, each one tracking further south than the last. Meteorologists are calling it overachieving snow totals in a thin corridor. By December 20th, snow is possible in northern Alabama. Areas that haven't seen snow in 15 years face accumulation. The reason lies in a phenomenon called southern stream dominance. Cold Canadian air is being forced into unusual pathways. Instead of staying north, it's diving deep into Dixie, creating winter weather chaos in unprepared regions. Tonight's storm reveals this troubling new pattern. At 3 minutes, you'll discover the exact timing breakdown. Midnight, heavy snow erupts across the Texas Panhandle. 1 a.m., Amarillo reports whiteout conditions, 0 visibility. But here's what makes this storm historically dangerous. 2 a.m., snow bands intensify, moving toward Oklahoma border. 3 a.m., western Oklahoma sees first flakes turning heavy. 4 a.m., Oklahoma City morning rush hour becomes a nightmare. 5 a.m., snow bands reach maximum intensity over metro area. 6 a.m., Wichita Falls joins the heavy snow corridor. 7 a.m., Arkansas border areas begin seeing accumulation. 8 a.m., the storm reaches its southernmost penetration. This timeline represents a meteorological revolution. Winter storms simply don't behave this way historically. But climate patterns are shifting faster than science predicted. It's tracking 200 miles further south than computer models predicted. The jet stream is becoming increasingly erratic and unstable, creating opportunities for rogue storms like tonight's event. Insurance companies are completely unprepared for this trend. They base rates on historical data that's now obsolete. Southern property owners face massive uninsured losses. Ice damage alone could exceed $50 million. But the human cost concerns emergency managers most. Southerners lack experience driving in snow conditions. Accident rates spike 400% during surprise snow events. Hospital emergency rooms prepare for trauma surge. Oklahoma City faces 6 inches. Wichita Falls could see 8 inches. But there's a darker element to this weather pattern. Government weather modification programs may be involved. Cloud seeding operations have expanded dramatically this year. 7 states now run active weather modification programs. Officially, they target drought relief and hail suppression. But critics claim these programs have unintended consequences, altering natural precipitation patterns in unpredictable ways. Tonight's storm exhibits signatures of artificial enhancement, unusually intense banding features that defy explanation, moisture transport mechanisms that seem amplified. At 30 seconds, I'll reveal which major city gets hit first. Congressional hearings on weather modification begin next month. But meanwhile, Americans face the consequences tonight. Don't miss what I reveal at the 5-minute mark. The exact counties that will see the heaviest accumulations. Right now, let me explain why models failed so badly. Computer forecasts rely on 48-hour-old atmospheric data. But this storm system formed in just 12 hours. Rapid intensification caught even supercomputers off guard. Now I'll deliver on my 5-minute promise about exact locations. Canadian County, Oklahoma, 6 to 8 inches guaranteed. Amarillo starts seeing heavy snow at exactly midnight tonight. Cleveland County, 4 to 7 inches in the heaviest bands. Grady County, 3 to 6 inches with isolated higher amounts. McLean County, 2 to 5 inches in variable bands. Carter County, 1 to 4 inches at the southern edge. In Texas, Potter County faces 4 to 7 inches. Randall County could see 5 to 8 inches overnight. Carson County gets clipped with 2 to 4 inches. But here's the shocking truth about accumulation patterns. Snow totals will vary dramatically across single counties. Northern Oklahoma City, 7 inches. Southern suburbs, 2 inches.